So how do we incorporate someone's preferences from the form into creating our password? Like if someone wants a 12-long password with uppercase and special characters, they hit generate. How do we get this information inside of our views.py? Well, actually, all this information is already contained inside of this request variable here. So if you were wondering what the heck is that for, it's for situations just like this. We can use information from there to then make decisions, and in this case, create a really random password. So for example, let's say we just wanted to get the length of the password that they want, right? What we can do here is we can say request dot, and then we want to do an all caps get, and then we're going to say dot lowercase get, and then we're going to provide here the name of what we're looking for. So in this case, we're looking for the word length, which if we go back to our website, remember it says length is equal to 12. And if you're wondering, where does this name come from? Remember, this is back from our home.html. Inside of the form, we said the name of this drop down is length. So that's where that came. In this case, uppercase is that name, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So this will go ahead and grab that particular piece of information. And what we want to do is we want to turn this into an int so that we can loop through, because by default, everything here that's provided is just a string. So we want to turn that into an int. So we're going to say lowercase int, put a parentheses around all of that. And now that we've done this, if we hit save and we go back and we reload the page here, it's going to take that into account. So for example, if length is only 2 and I hit enter here, it's only a 2-long password. Look at that. But we can get really fun here. If I change this thing to like 200 and enter that, we get a 200 character long password. So this is what I said about, like, if you know how to edit these things inside of a URL, you can do some great things on people's websites. Now, people can do all sorts of things to lock that down. Like for instance, we could have a little if statement here that says, if this is too small or too big, go ahead and stop it. But I don't see any point there. The one thing that I would recommend doing here is when we do this get to grab things from the request, we can also say comma and provide a default value. So for example, if I put like the number 12 inside of here, if I go back to my website and reload, and let's say I didn't provide any parameters here, I just went to the name of the website /password, it would default to the number 12 there, which I think is pretty cool to have a default situation. Okay, so we've taken the length into account. Let's go ahead and go back to where we had some good parameters up here, okay? So we've got like the length 12. Let's talk about if we want to include uppercase letters. Well, first we have to determine if the user is looking for uppercase letters. So after we've created our characters, let's go ahead and first check and see if they want uppercase. So we're going to say if request all caps get lowercase get, and then we're going to provide inside of here uppercase. Make sure this is the exact spelling as what you had on the outside. No uppercase. Like if this has an uppercase U, it's not going to work. Like it's got to be exactly what's here. In fact, you could just go ahead and copy this and paste that if you're a little bit worried about it. But what we're going to do is this will first just check and see if this thing even exists. So this will say if they do want uppercase letters, let's go ahead and add those uppercase characters into this list here. And the way to do that is we're going to say characters.extend. Okay. And we basically add a list that we want inside of there. So it's going to be just like this. We're going to create another list and extend that, except now we need the uppercase alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Oh, I thought I had a new record, but I kind of stumbled at the bottom there. Okay. So what this should do is if they want uppercase, it will throw these onto this characters list right here. And then it will, loop through all those and pick from all those characters. So let's save this, go back. I'm going to reload this page. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. We've got uppercase characters randomly showing up. So let's do this again. Let's do this for the special characters. So I'm going to copy what we have here because it's going to be fairly similar. Make sure you're in the right indentation. And I'm going to change this to special. All right. And you can decide what you want these special characters to be. I'm going to do like really just what's on like the top row here of my keyboard. So I'll go ahead and save this, reload the page. And because I've said special on, look at that, like it will randomly throw those in. Next, let's go ahead and do this for numbers too. So I'm going to copy this and paste this in. I'm going to change this to number. Let me make sure what the exact name of that was. So we said the name numbers. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that in. See, I was going to do number without the S there, but instead of these random characters, I'm going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Okay. Save that. And now if we go ahead and reload this, there's no numbers. But the reason is because we didn't say that we wanted them. Let's go back to the home page of the website. And let's say I only want numbers in lowercase. So if I generate the password now, look at that. Let's do the grand salami here. Let's check all the boxes. Boom, look at that. We got some random passwords. If we want to get crazy, let's go ahead and make this like a 20 character long password. Oh, these things. You could never just grab this out of your mind, right? Like this is truly random, awesome stuff. Okay, so this seems like a good place to end here. I've got 2 more things for you. The first one is I have a challenge for you. It's really important that we make sure that you're learning and you do some of this stuff on your own. You just don't follow me. And then also, you notice this website does not look like the one that I showed you initially. It technically works, but it's kind of ugly. We're going to style this up and make it look really nice.